Also, you mentioned a few times that your work-life balance kind of increased or got better with the franchising model. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely, Jordan. So, yeah, when you're working in the corporate world, they want you there. Like I was indicated, they wanted you there at a certain hour. So, with the manufacturing facility in the semiconductor industry, it was 24 hours. You had to keep that going. So they weren't really concerned too much about, your work life or anything like that. They wanted you there. They wanted you producing. They wanted the output of that manufacturing plant to, to increase, better yields, all that good stuff. So even if I could do the work at home, which I could a lot, if I wasn't sitting at that desk at 7 and until 5, you got dinged. It wasn't a good thing. And so, you would probably get a lesser review if you weren't at
Yeah.
your desk at that. So, and then also in the corporate world, what you ran into is that and you were in a different like engineering tiers. So you had a max on the amount of money that you could make within that
Yeah.
tier until you moved on to the next one. Now, back to the franchising life, especially with what I do. If I went to as a telecommunications consultant person and as a franchise consultant person, if I want to make more money, I just simply put in more hours,
Yeah.
or I work smarter, or I have other people help me do some things that I don't want to do. If I don't want to make as much money, I work less hours. It's
Yeah.
entirely up to me as far as what I want to do and how much I want to make. And that's with the franchising world. When you get into other businesses where you have employees, you never want that business to revolve around you, because one day you may want to sell it. So it's easier to sell if that business doesn't revolve around you. So we have many semi-absentee franchises where you don't have to do it full time at all. You can do it semi-passive, semi-absentee, and then some franchises prefer that you go in there and you do it full time. However, they don't, even the full time ones don't necessarily want you in that office or in that retail establishment or whatever it is all the time. They want you working on the business, building that business up, not in it. So you've got time throughout the day now to do whatever you want. A lot of it's going to be building the business yourself, working on it, meeting and greeting, shaking hands, kissing babies, all that good stuff to let people know that you're the one that's out there running it. You're the local business owner. But I found that now I have more time to do what I want because I don't have somebody breathing, down my neck, over my shoulder, or whatever, that it says, you have to be at this spot and you have to be at during this hours during the day. I can work whatever hours I want. Same thing with most any franchise that you get into. You get to work whatever hours you want, as long as that business runs and operates well, and you're keeping it up. Then you can come and go as you please. So now you've got time, and I've got time to do what I want throughout the day as well. Some of those things you don't necessarily like doing yourself, you have other employees do it. Don't want to do the marketing, you hire a marketing person. That's what I do. On that one, you don't want to do your website, you hire a website person. That's what I do. Less time that I spend on the business. I put people that know what they're doing, that are experts in those fields, doing that for me. So now I get to spend the time doing the things that I enjoy best, which is talking with clients.
Yeah.
That's where I'm best at. That's what I like doing, and I don't have to do it for 8 to 10 hours a day to still make a really great living. And neither will any of you in the franchising world, because you'll have other people doing that for you. So now you want to go out there and do your things with your kids. You want to do things with your family. Now you've got the time to do that because you've got a whole other team of people that are running that business or working in that business for you, and you just work on it, putting everybody in the right direction, and keep them going down that path.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tony Robbins talks about it a lot, where it's working in the business versus on the business. And as a business owner, many people struggle with that transition because at first you're just trying to build enough to have a job, like you're trying to build enough to have enough income. So to do that franchise, you're skipping steps, but it's already been established. So it helps you along the way. And I think that's so powerful that it's on the business, not in the business, because the transition's got to be significantly easier on the individuals. Because most people, it can be overwhelming. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, and to take it on the first time, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. How does this work? Um, so how has that experience been with you seeing clients go through that process?
It's been great. The clients I work with have just been wonderful. They see it now. Keep in mind, franchising is not for everybody, and I'm not going to push it on franchising that it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. For some people, it's not, and that's just fine. but for the ones that it is, they have really seen the light. They just really love what the franchise does to help them get the people to do that. Now, some of the businesses are going to be pretty simple. You have, skilled employees, non-skilled employees. The non-skilled employees, a little bit easier to get them. You go through them a lot quicker. But what my people really liked was when they got into the businesses, the franchise businesses with skilled employees, they liked how that franchisor would help them find those people. They wouldn't necessarily expect them to go out there and know how to do it themselves on that. So they help them get those people that'll run that business, work in that business for them. And when the ones that have the retail establishments, those were just, they really enjoyed that, because a lot of my people have been, like investors in the past, where they had to go out and find, their real estate investors had to go out and find real estate properties themselves and had to do the analysis. Well, now you've got a franchise that's going to go in there for you. If you have to get a retail establishment, so if you're looking at a brick and mortar one where you got to have A+ real estate, you've got a whole team of people that are going to go look for the best real estate, do the lease negotiation for you, have the plan for the build out. All you do is pay for it on that. So
Yeah.
they've just really enjoyed the fact that that franchise is there to do most of the work that they weren't experts at necessarily, weren't the best at on that. So they could concentrate on what they were good at, which is running that business.
Absolutely.